Okay, here we are. I'm live. No music. I'm on my own. No producers. So I hope you guys are okay with this. Tim, am I there? Can you hear me? Anybody? You can't hear me? Oh, I should be live now. I think I'm live. So hello, everybody. Welcome to the Don Lemon Show. I'm going live today without my producers. I'm not exactly sure how to do this, but I am doing it. So tell me if you in the thing. Can you see me? Ready, Don? Wishing you, Don. I am still lost. Am I here? Can you see me? Can you guys see me? Come on, Don. You got this. Okay. So I think I'm here. Do you see me yet, Tim? All right. I'm just going to be very transparent. So I'm going live by myself. Producers, I wanted them to have the day off. So producers Nikki and Andy and Peter are off, which they should be because they've worked really hard this week while I was gone. While I was in Louisiana visiting my family. And they worked a bunch of hours. They worked also through the holidays. And so I'm so glad that you guys are here. So anyways, how's everybody doing? Oh, I did it. I'm glad you guys can hear me. And I did not mess with the crazy professional microphone that I have right here because I never get that right in and I end up ruining this thing. So thank you guys so much for joining us. I appreciate you being here. I wanted to update you. I've been monitoring the fire on the feeds that I have found. I've been able to figure out how to get the feeds in. So thank you. And thank you for joining us on TikTok. So we're live on TikTok and we're live on YouTube. And that's how we're doing it today. And this is just sort of, as I said, this is just a sort of crude live that I'm doing by myself. But I'm happy that I am. I'm learning how to do this by myself. So you're not going to get all the fancy graphics today. Thank you for the gifts on TikTok. I appreciate that. So today you're not going to get all the fancy graphics. I won't be able to get your comments up. So please forgive me because it's just me. Good evening. Tell me where you're streaming from before we get into this. Where are you? I am back in New York at my apartment. Should not do a karaoke song tonight live. Oh, I forgot. If you have some video of a karaoke, send it and I'll try to get it up for you. And I'm also going to try to, I don't know exactly how to do it, but I'm going to try to share my screen with you so that I can be able to show you some stuff, okay? Requesting a bypass to the system private window picker, directly access your screen and audio. Okay, allow. All right, so I'm going to try to give you some stuff that we have here. And you tell me if you can see it, okay? And I'm just going to tell me if you can see my screen, guys. I'm going to count on you, the members, because I want to talk about this, about whether or not these are arson, okay? So I think that I've been able to share the screen with you. So yes, you can see it. I can see it up on the screen. So a lot of folks are trying to figure out whether this is arson or not, okay? And even the Washington Post put it out saying, what caused the Palisades blaze? Visual evidence points to a recent fire nearby. Did New Year's Eve fireworks start the largest Los Angeles fire? And they're also asking about whether it was arson or not, okay? And so about 30 minutes after the Palisades fire, and this is one just from today at 12:30, about 30 minutes after the Palisades fire started on Tuesday, the firefighters' radio crackled. The flames were coming from a familiar silver of a mountain ridge. So they're talking about a fire that started on New Year's Eve, and they believe that's where it came from initially, okay? The Post showed that new fire started in the vicinity of the old fire, raising the possibility that New Year's Eve fire was reignited, which can occur in windy conditions, say experts. But residents there in California aren't so sure. Now, we are hoping, well, we hope that this fire had never started. We're hoping that this isn't arson, that it wasn't initially started by arson. But as I'm speaking to my friends and my loved ones in Los Angeles, they're beginning to talk about that possibility and be concerned because it's jumping to several municipalities and jumping to places where embers don't appear to be able to wouldn't be able to fly in that direction or far enough to be able to start a fire. And so far they believe that if you see where my cursor is here, that this fire, Wells Fargo could lose an estimated range of $60 billion to $130 billion. It's going to be built hundreds of billions of dollars, I believe, to fix this. Okay? So the Washington Post and others are wondering, hey, how did this start? All right? So stop sharing that screen. And that's what they know at the moment. Also, there is a report, as well as I go through this. Guys, remember, I'm doing this all by myself, so, go easy on me. There's a report also by NBC News. NBC News, as I share my screen with you, is wondering the same thing. Let me go back to this. Whether it is arson. But again, it's too early to know. Folks don't know for sure. They don't know for sure, and I don't want to put anything out there that I also want to. As I tell you, I like to keep you guys on top of it so that you know what's up, okay? And then I'm going to share some other stuff that's very interesting as well that you guys need to know about, okay? You guys who are on TikTok, hi there. Make sure you smash the screen, the like, so people know that we're having this conversation. You get involved. And then we're going to read some of your comments. But this is from NBC News. Are arsonists responsible for the Los Angeles wildfires? Some of the most skilled fire investigators in the country are working to determine what caused the blazes. The key to identifying the cause of the still raging Palisades fire lies in the brush-covered hilltop where the blaze broke out just after 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday. The fire investigators are still working to determine what sparked the inferno, but experts say it's easy to rule out one common cause of wildfires: lightning. So they have ruled out lightning. The region was free of lightning, they believe. Okay, brighten my screen, I can read it better. The region, they say, was free of lightning. Free of stormy weather. The area near the Temesco Ridge Trail also appears to be free of power lines and transformers, which rules out any other potential cause. That leaves, they say, the source at most wildfires, people. But was it the result of arson? So people, was it started, they believe, unintentionally, fireworks, maybe someone in their backyard? 4 experts interviewed by NBC News says that it was possible, but they thought that the fires were more likely not set on purpose. That's the main fire. There's also a fire suspect, remember, that they caught the other day. This is what we call inaccessible, rugged terrain, says Rick Crawford, the former battalion chief of the Los Angeles Fire Department. Arsonists usually aren't going to go 500 feet off of a trailhead through trees and brush, set a fire, and then run away. Fires break out in the wooded areas on edges of Los Angeles all the time, many of them caused by unintentionally by the homeless people. The fires almost never grow into a destructive blaze due to the lack of high winds. That's the problem. Everyone is blaming everyone here. They're blaming the mayor, they're blaming the governor. But the real blame, and I'm going to show you that, the real blame in all of this is the weather. It's also climate change that people don't want to believe. It is climate change. That's the real reason. For all of the folks who are out there saying, oh, it's this and it's this person needs to lose their job, this person needs to be fired. I can't believe the incompetence. The mayor should have been in town. Okay, perhaps the mayor should have been in town. But things happen. That is a politician's worst nightmare, by the way, is that you go out of town, you go on a trip, and then some tragedy or some disaster breaks out. Some disaster breaks out. The combination of ferocious winds and a parched landscape created ideal conditions for the fast moving fires that have consumed large swaths of Los Angeles this week. You don't need a gang of arsonists to go out there and be starting fires because nature is taking care of that for you, says Scott Fisher, a retired federal law enforcement arson investigator. There are arsonists out there, he added, but are there a band of arsonists running around Los Angeles right now, starting fires? Not likely, he says. Copycat arson is also a phenomenon, however. Okay? The experts said they wouldn't be surprised if one of the smaller fires, and I'm going to get to that broke out after the Palisades blaze was intentionally set. that broke out after the Palisades blaze was intentionally set. When you get a larger fire event like this being experienced in Los Angeles, you sometimes trigger people to go out and light fires, says Terry Taylor, a retired wildland fire investigator who now works as an instructor. It's a copycat thing. It happens from time to time. Okay, so then they go through each fire and they say what they kind of believe what started. Now, I want to show you some of the things, some of the fires that they do believe now, or at least one, the Kenneth fire, which was a big fire, that they believe was intentionally set. They believe that it was intentionally set. I want to play for you now. This is a report from a news station in Los Angeles that talks about the multiple people who have been accused here. Here it is.
To Woodland Hills, where Zach Sauce from our sister station KTVU in Oakland is helping out with our coverage tonight. And Zach, you've been in this Woodland Hills neighborhood that's typically quiet, but not tonight necessarily.
Yeah, far from quiet. You know, this afternoon already starting off incredibly tense for this neighborhood. We're about 5 miles as the crow flies from the Kenneth fire. So people here were already on standby, ready to leave their homes. And then things got even more frightening for these neighbors. Around 4:30 this afternoon, we're along the intersection of Arcos and Glendo. Around 4:30 in the afternoon here, neighbors say they saw a man on a bicycle with a blowtorch. He was driving up and down the blocks with this blowtorch, apparently trying to light trash cans, debris on fire at one point, trying to light a old Christmas tree, a dead Christmas tree on fire. You know, neighbors fearing that he could start, of course, another fire, deciding they had had enough, that they were going to step in. They followed this gentleman up the block, and that is where two neighbors finally decided to detain him. They had zip ties, and thankfully they were able to hold on to this person. The LAPD arriving a short time later, taking this person into custody on suspected arson. Now, I can tell you that through a police source, we have learned that this person is believed to have been tied to the Kenneth fire. We are blurring out their face. You're looking at this video of him being detained. We are blurring out his face because police have not officially come out and said that he is connected to the Kenneth fire. But this is what a police source is saying. Neighbors now here being credited with potentially stopping another wildfire from starting. Take a listen.
Okay, before we get to the neighbors, here's the thing. There are so many things that's happening behind that we don't know. Okay, and so right now they're in the midst of, as you can see, trying to put these fires out as the sun is about to set on Los Angeles. The sun is about to set on Los Angeles, and they're still trying to put out these fires. There were more that started yesterday. The winds aren't helping. Let's be extremely clear about this, okay? No matter what this is, the biggest culprit here, the biggest culprit, if it was not for the winds, if it was not for the conditions, the dry conditions, climate change. So stop it for you non-believers in climate change, you flat earthers, you conspiracy theorists, you people who don't like to believe anything that has to do with science or fact or medicine or reality. It's climate change. Does it hurt you that much to understand that? Now, if someone started, okay, yes, it started, but without the conditions for it to be able to spread, it wouldn't happen. That's like when people talk about, you know, when there is a tragedy at a school with a firearm or any of that. If someone did not have access to that, we have a problem with weapons in this country. If someone didn't have access to it, then what? You wouldn't have the problem. So the winds and the conditions, and where do they come from? Because of the changing climate. neighbors now talking about what happened.
I just heard a lot of disturbance outside, and I heard someone in the front yard and someone else yelling over there, and there was a lot of yelling back and forth, and I didn't really know what was happening. So looked outside, and there was a gentleman with a blowtorch, like a propane blowtorch, like not a little one, like a full size, like commercial size blowtorch, and the other gentleman was yelling down, and he didn't want to put it down, and we're like, no, you got to stop now. And he said, well, he's already tried to start a fire at my house. And so he tried to start a fire across the street. And he's like, he's got to stop. We need to detain this and call the police, get on the police. And so we called the police and basically detained him here until the police got here. And the police took him away.
Who walks around with a flipping blowtorch? Who walks around with a blowtorch? So look, they have not confirmed, police there, investigators have not confirmed whether they said he was connected to the Kenneth fire, but they're not confirming arson. But who walks around with a blowtorch? I think we have to start getting real about this, because everyone, I hate it when, to me right now, we're concerned about it. And I love that you guys are in the chat. Thank you so much for the YouTubers. I hope the TikTokers get on board as well. Yes, it is awful. I love that you're in there talking about how to help people, how to send money, what to do, how you can pull your resources. Thank you. That says a lot about the Lemon Nation and the community that we're building. Because everything else, as I am watching this, I can't watch the regular news anymore, because it's become fire porn. It has become fire porn. It's like, I'm sorry, I feel terrible for the people there. So how are we going to help? Now, look, the news should be informing, and I think they've been doing a great job of informing people. Don't get me wrong. But after a while, if you're just consuming this and you're just watching this and you're just sitting in front of your television just watching this tragedy, it is tragedy porn or fire porn that you're just sitting there watching. Like, oh my God, look how terrible it is for these people. How can you help? These neighbors got together and they helped each other. And they stopped this guy from really stealing their homes, taking away their homes and their possessions.
The idea that this person may have started the fire, what goes through your head right now?
I mean, there's a lot of people on edge right now. It's terrifying. I've got 2 children inside that are very terrified of what's going on. We can see smoke all around us. It's a terrifying time. You don't want to put anyone through this. This isn't what we're about. This is just scary for everyone.
With all the fires around us, everybody's been on pins and needles. Everybody's seeing all the footage, and we're just heartbroken by everything. And we're like, that could be us, you know? So as soon as you see that you may have stopped something, it's like, I don't know, you feel really like you feel happy that you might have kept something from happening here, because we don't need any more. We don't need any more of the stress that we've been under. We've got kids. We're trying to go to school. We're trying to go to work. It's crazy.
She's right. They don't need, those poor people. I've been speaking to my friends out there, and he said he's tired. I'll just say his name is Ryan, so I won't tell his name. He said he's tired. He said he's tired. He hasn't gotten any sleep, and it's getting to him. And his house is not, so far, he has his home, but he has to evacuate because it's close to where the fires are, at his in-laws that they have been staying. He and his family and his 2 kids. He and his wife and his 2 kids. It's getting to the folks out there. So look, pay attention. We want to inform you, but don't just sit there in front of the TV and eat popcorn. I'm just going to be honest. And consume the thing and just, oh my God, this is tragic. Look at all this, whatever. Try to help the people. If you can send money to the Red Cross or legitimate organizations, do it. If you can send care packages, whatever you can do to help. And I'm so glad. Lemonheads are awesome. You guys have been asking me from the very beginning. That was your first thing. How do we help these people? And I said, look, maybe we can help them. You guys can figure out something. But I think the Red Cross is probably, and the folks who are already out there in California, and I will put together some for the show tomorrow morning when we go on our Hot Topic show at 10 o'clock. When we go live, we're going to put together a number of different resources and places where you can go and you can help these folks, because I know that you want to do it. So if you're watching us on the TikTok, be like the folks who are on the YouTube, right, whose comments are up now because they're members. Be like those guys and try to help them out. So we'll do that.
Crazy times.
Crazy times. He's right.
Yeah, a crazy time indeed. Just really a frightening situation here, particularly when you look at some of the tree debris outside of some of these homes, some of the dry brush here, some of the dry leaves on these trees. It really possibly might have not taken very much for this whole area to go up. Back to you.
Yeah, we've talked about neighbors stepping up to donate or take care of people, but this is an example of neighbors stepping up to protect their neighborhood.
Yeah, it really is. Really remarkable. And, the neighbors talked about, not just wanting to help one another, but I mean, this is a situation where this is a neighborhood with a lot of families. Their kids were already terribly frightened about watching all of the fires go up in LA, the parents telling them, we might have to leave at any moment. So this was not a situation where anyone in this neighborhood was willing to take any chances.
That's a great report. Zach So's great report there, Fox 11 in Los Angeles. Really good report. So again, let's not beat around the bush, because I know there are more conspiracy theories. I'm talking to the folks on TikTok with the conspiracy theories, and also about the lies and the misinformation. Let me get to the misinformation. And some of you aren't going to like the misinformation that's going on about the governor and the mayor and the lack of water, and there was nothing in the fire hydrants, and it's all bullshit. And guess what? It was created by the crazy MAGA president-elect. The liar, I don't know, what do you call it, liar in chief? The liar elect in chief. Instead of trying to help people, he's starting lies about things. And so I'm not here for that anymore. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of going, let's give people the benefit of the doubt. Let's get him, maybe he's misinformed. Yeah, of course he's misinformed, but he's also lying. And I believe, in my opinion, he's doing it on purpose. Because he doesn't want to help people. He wants people to hate and own the libs, hate and own the Democrats. Instead of saying, hey, my heart goes out to these people, we're going to do everything, he goes, Gavin, new scum. And guess what? All the MAGA heads are repeating that. The people with MAGA brains, the dumbasses, who will say and do anything and go along anything with their dear leader tells them, even when he lies to them. Before I do that, I just want to get to another report about the arson, and then we're going to correct some conspiracy theories and some lies, especially by Donald Trump and his MAGA-ites, his MAGA heads, his MAGA brain heads. Another report from News Nation, a suspect arrested in Los Angeles in one of the latest blazes. I guess what I have to do? I have got to share my screen. Let me go back and do that. Remember, I'm doing this by myself, everybody. Hey, so tell me, how am I doing? Am I doing okay? Okay. I think I'm doing okay. Let me make sure I get to the right thing, though. Make sure I get to the right one. You got the right one, baby. Is this the right one? Nope, that's not the right one. That's not the right one. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. That's not the right one either. This is the right one. I got it. Are you guys ready? This is the right one. I'm going to share this, and here we go.
So we went and we talked to the LAPD, and they confirmed to us that they do believe that this fire, the Kenneth fire, was intentionally set. Listen to what the lead officer here told us.
What we know right now is that the incident started here, and about 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, over in Woodland Hills area by citizens.
So someone purposely set the Kenneth fire?
At this time, that's what we believe, yes.
Do you know how or why they did that?
That I don't know.
Is this a crime scene right now?
Yes.
So everything's closed off.
It's being investigated as a crime.
Being investigated as a crime.
So I can just tell you, since we broke this news, Ashley, people in this area are furious and learning that it was actually citizens who apparently took this guy down. We don't know the other details. We know, though, that someone is in custody again, that this is officially a crime scene behind me, which is what LAPD are telling me. And you've got people out here wondering, so they've officially said they believe the Kenneth fire was arson. What about all of these other fires that we've?
That's a question. Okay, so that's what I'm telling you. We don't want to get ahead of our skis here, and we don't want to spread conspiracy theories. Now, I'm sure that they are tamping this down because if it is arson and they are investigating, they don't want people to know that they're onto them, right? Number one. Number two, they want to make sure that these fires are contained before they start giving, pissing the people off in Los Angeles, because those people are upset and they're right. You heard the reporter. These people are ticked off to know that there's a suspected arsonist in custody that they believe started that fire. What kind of person does that? The times we're living in right now, it's sad. I'm upset. But am I shocked? No, because we're living in some crazy times where people are doing some crazy things and they're just, quite frankly, not living in reality. And that's why we are here. That's why we are here to tell people the truth and to get you out of your conspiracy theory brain, one, to get some folks out of their MAGA brain, two, and to just inform the people who want to be informed and who want reality and who are tired of dealing with this.
We've seen over the last 3 or 4 days that destroyed thousands and thousands and thousands of homes. Obviously, too soon to make any kind of connections, but it's certainly raising a lot of eyebrows that we've now got this confirmation from LAPD that they believe this fire was arson.
So distressing, Brian. I just need to ask, I don't think we have the answer yet, but do we know anything about the suspect? It is a he, I'm assuming, who he is, why he did it, where he's from, is he local, anything at all?
No, we know nothing. And I tried to get more out of that lead officer out here, and he wasn't sharing it, just saying that it was all under investigation. In fact, they've actually pushed us back. We were able to get beyond these gates a little while ago, maybe.
He's saying exactly what I'm saying. They're not giving information. And once that they have figured this out, now that they know or they believe that this is arson and they have someone in custody, it's now a crime scene. And so, as I said, they're not going to tell you anymore. They're going to keep this information close to the vest. Now, if this person gives up somebody else, if it indeed turns out to be that, and this person gives up someone else, then they'll put out a photograph. We're looking for this person. If they don't find them themselves before things are getting
an hour ago,
really,
and they've now got us all the way out here. So we don't know much about the suspect, but again, interesting that it was citizens. It was regular people who apparently saw something and detained him until police could take him into custody.
I just didn't think we were going to be talking about a crime scene tonight. Disaster area, yes, but yeah. Crime scene, no. I'm just so distressed, along with the residents there, I can imagine. Brian, stand by for one moment.
Ashley Banfield is the anchor there. Ashley is a longtime friend. I worked with Ashley at NBC and at CNN, and she's right. We would not be. Did we actually think that this was going to be arson when this all happened? Possibly, I shouldn't say going to be arson, that we would be discussing arson. Let me just be very clear that we were going to be discussing the possibility of arson, not that it is arson. It's just a possibility, and a person is in custody for this. Let's keep going.
Nancy Liu in Calabasas, you've just been doing some extraordinary reporting as well for the last 60 hours. Can you update me now to the Calabasas situation, or excuse me, to the Palisades situation?
Yeah.
in Palisades, the cause of this fire still not known, but people around here certainly wondering too. The devastation from this is immense. Behind me, just some of it.
Folks, they're wondering too. Folks, they're wondering too. And I got to tell you, that's what folks are saying. The people I'm talking to, they are wondering. Now, officials won't say it. They won't say that officially. And perhaps people are just so, they're just so tired and so frustrated there that they were saying, there's got to be something. There's got to be something. Again, we don't know.
You see a door frame there. Here is another door. And it just makes me think, these are doors now to devastation. It is just blocks and blocks of devastation. And Ashley, we now have some numbers on the destruction, just the Palisades and the other fire, the fire in Altadena. Over 10,000 homes and structures, 5,300 here in Pacific Palisades alone. And you mentioned the death toll of 7 people. We can also update you that this fire is now 6% contained. I got to speak with a firefighter earlier, LA firefighter. He had been on the job for 2 days straight. Fresh crews are coming in from all over the country, and that has helped because containment is now up to 6%. And Ashley, we are now under a curfew here in Pacific Palisades. It is eerily dark. It is only our lights out here in this neighborhood. We are seeing regular police patrols. And you've heard about how looting is a problem. There have already been 20 arrests. And as you heard from DA Nathan Hochman earlier, they're not messing around. They will prosecute these people.
What is going on there? Insult to injury. Insult to injury. Oh, boy. On top of the possibility, and investigators talking about arson for at least one or some of this, you've got people there who are looting from people who already have lost everything. What the actual you-know-what? What the actual you-know-what? What kind of world are we living in, everybody? Seriously. Answer me that. What kind of world are we living in? I just want to play some of this before I give you the actual real thing that's going on here, the real fact check. I just want to play when I talk about the folks and the MAGA brain, okay? Who are like, okay, because Donald Trump said it. If you're smash stars, because Donald Trump said it, then we're going to jump on it and we're going to use the same language and we're going to do the same rhetoric. And we're just because it's got to be the Democrats' fault. It's got to be, the Democrats bad. Democrats bad, so it's got to be their fault. Can I just show you what you sound like before I give you the facts? Let me show you. This one is from Instagram.
California fires for dummies, because apparently y'all need this. Lack of water infrastructure in California. The reason there is a complete lack of water infrastructure in California is because Gavin fucking Newsom never went through. This is a biggie. It's not climate change. You just need to clean. Guys, this isn't a new concept.
Holy shit. What's happening in California right now is beyond all reasonable comprehension. People are losing their businesses and their homes, and they're fleeing everything that they have and love and hold dear with what they can carry. And the first thing to spring to your feeble minds is to deny climate change, to blame California officials for not raking the forests like Donald Trump comically did 6 years ago. You're going to go back to this. tired bullshit. You want to explain to me how Gavin Newsom caused uncharacteristically strong winds, 80-mile-an-hour winds in January? You want to fucking talk about that? You want to talk about California's water infrastructure, but you conveniently left out the fact that there are billion-dollar companies hoarding water and selling it back to California.
Boom.
And they are just allowed to fucking do this. Capitalism, baby. That's you guys, right? The place is still on fire. Can you try and find some empathy in that cold black heart of yours, please?
Amen. Can you try to find some empathy? And can you stop being an idiot? And that's all coming from when someone says, now you think that, how do you know? It's a MAGA. How do you know? Because she called him Gavin Newsom. Who does that? Donald Trump. So the person who is going to be sitting in the highest office of the land, that is the person who is spreading the misinformation, who is dividing people. That's the person, and you're okay with that. And don't think, look, I know he's president, but I'm an American, freedom of speech. I'm going to talk shit about him and tell the truth about him for the entire time that he is in office, and I'm not going to elevate his bullshit. I'm just going to fact check him the entire time. And I'm not going to like fact check him and like, oh, I got to, no, I'm going to say, this is a fucking lie. This is bullshit. He should know better the entire time. So get ready. Get ready for the MAGA folks, the MAGA brain people who have, I know that the MAGA people like to say that the people who tell the truth about Donald Trump have Trump derangement syndrome. No, the MAGA stupid fucking idiots have Trump derangement syndrome. They have TDS. That's what TDS is. You are deranged because you believe every piece of bullshit that he says. And so remember, I told you, let me be your proxy. Since I'm no longer in legacy media where you have to, you got to do this, you can't say that, the FCC is going to do it. I'm going to tell you when you're being stupid, you're acting like an idiot. And for that person there who's saying Gavin Newsom and the fire hydrants and all that, can you take a beat? Can you just take a beat and internet brain and get off the internet and stop trying to one up each other? Let me go on. I'm going to go on Instagram and I'm going to do this. I'm going to go on TikTok and I'm going to do this. Go sit your ass down somewhere and read a book or a newspaper. That's what my mom used to say when I got on her nerves. Boy, go sit your ass down. That's how we need to talk to those people. That's how we need to talk to. Spirit Animal, thank you very much. And I'm going to read some of the folks in the chat because I'm so glad that you're here on a Sunday night, okay? I'm so glad that you're spending your time with me. And I am honored that you are doing it. Okay, let's see where I want to go to now for misinformation. I have a couple of really great ones. And I'm going to show you something as well that's just really going to open your eyes. It's just going to open your eyes and you're going to be like, what the hell? What am I thinking? Why am I supporting this BS? Okay. Here is another fact check from my folks over at the Gram.
Rick Caruso, the Los Angeles billionaire who owns multiple billion-dollar malls across LA, he was just exposed for hiring private firefighters to save his shopping center in the Palisades while families were literally losing their homes. Instead of using this money and his private firefighters to help the community, he instead focused on saving his own mall while complaining on Fox News about how LA Mayor Karen Bass wasn't doing enough to address the needs of the community. Talk about a guy who loves to point at problems, has the ability to help people, but only decides to help himself by making sure that his wealth does not take a hit. Not to mention, Rick Caruso lost the mayor race for LA to Karen Bass, so he has been completely exploiting this moment to try and score political points with Bass opponents to try and pin the entire crisis on her shoulders. But like I said, Caruso hired private firefighters to save his shopping center. That's about as embarrassing of a story as I've ever heard, and goes to show that just because you're a billionaire doesn't mean you're at all qualified or even a considerable candidate to be the leader of a major city. So
Rick Caruso wanted to be the mayor of California, of Los Angeles, and lost. Everyone thought he was going to win. He had so much money behind him, right? I think he went from independent, or he changed his political party. I forget exactly what it was, from Democrat to Republican, or Republican to independent. I forget how it would work. If you're in the chat, let me know. If you're on TikTok, let me know. And again, remember, so I'm playing this is all allegedly. Let me just say this, because people are very litigious these days. Well, this person is reporting on TikTok or on Instagram allegedly, but we know, allegedly. I'm just saying, allegedly. Y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's up. And I like to hear from real people. I don't like to hear from, unless it's important. Like yesterday, I played Gavin Newsom. Of course, it's important to play Gavin Newsom. Of course, it's important to play, like, when you have senators and Congress people and all that. But it's also important to hear from real people. And you want to know how I got the pulse of what was happening in the election, and that Donald Trump, there was a possibility that he would probably win, is because I was out talking to real people. And a lot of y'all were mad at me saying, why are you playing? And there you go. I will always tell you the truth. Always tell you the truth. Okay? Just want to play some of the things that you guys may not, you're probably like, wait, what's going on here? I just want to play you some of the things. Just some, as they say, some of the things that you need to know. Some of the things that you need to know. Real quickly, I think I played this for you yesterday, but I want to play it again for you so that you can see, just before I go back to get to the fact checks of it all. I just want to play this because this is yesterday, where you can see the folks who are out there, and it's a very clear image, and they have every right to be upset because they're out there trying to save their homes. These are the folks who are out there when an arsonist, alleged arsonist, came into their neighborhood to this. I'm going to share it with you, but this is the raw footage without the report. I think in the report that we showed you some of this, but not all of it. And so I'm going to share it for you. Oh, it's sharing. Oh, I am sharing. I'm sharing the screen. And then, so let me play it for you. I'm still sharing. That's good. Tell them to put down the blowtorch.
He started the West Hills fire because that was started at a parking lot. He's going to come over here and light up this area.
Oh my gosh. No, this is crazy. I can't even believe it. Because I'm like
a 30-year-old guy,
I'm like, how does a fire jump literal cities?
I know it.
Right.
I can understand there, but all the way over
Exactly.
to West Hills,
That doesn't make any sense. Okay.
all right.
Thanks for letting me know, guys.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that's your neighborhood and that's what you have to worry about? Again, so I just wanted to show you what the neighbors were dealing with there. It's crazy. Now back to the fact checks. Let's get back to the fact checks of it all. And I have some really juicy stuff for you. And by the way, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure if you're on TikTok, smash the screen. More people will become aware. It affects the algorithm. It does. I hate to keep saying that, but it's the absolute truth. I've been meeting with all of the folks who have been telling us, make sure you tell your streamers, the people who are listening to you, that guess what? You need to tell them they have to hit the algorithm because it does affect the algorithm. Where do I want to go? Oh, wait till I have something juicy for y'all. Wait till you see it. Wait till you see it. It's about a friend of the show, or at least a former friend of the show. Okay? The real reason. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to go from here. Okay, let's do this one. I'm going to do my friend. This is my friend Keith Boykin giving the truth about what happened. You guys ready for this one?
Fires has been driven by race, class, power, and privilege. It's a tale of two fires. The Palisades fire on the west side of LA County with the wealthy, overwhelmingly white population. Inclusion, diversity, equity. And the Eaton fire on the east side of LA County with the first multiracial population and a historic black community. Both fires are still raging this weekend, but only one is creating a national political debate. And you can guess which one it is. It begins with the Palisades fire on the west side. LA Fire Chief Kristen Crowley, who was appointed 9 months before Karen Bass became mayor, told CNN's Jake Tapper this week,
the $17 million budget cut did and has and will continue to severely impact our ability to repair our apparatus.
This comment played right into
Okay. She made that comment. And that comment, as he's going to tell you, played right into conservatives and to the MAGA talking points, $17 million. But then they go on to explain what she meant, but no one picks up on that. That's why I tell you people that there's always nuance, there's always context, and it's not always just black and white. Here we go. Keith. Great job, Keith, by the way. Great job.
Conservatives' hands, and they quickly seized on the fire chief's remarks to attack LA Mayor Karen Bass. But the truth is that an additional $17 million in the fire department's $800 million budget would not have stopped the Palisades fire. How do we know?
And even with an additional 100 engines, I tell you, we were not going to catch that fire.
LA County. She said the same thing. She said it and explained it in the interview. And what will they do? They will pick that one soundbite out that she said, lead the rest of it off so that the dummies out there who just sit in front of the TV or just have their radios parked on the conservative conspiracy theorist stations all day, and they can just get mad and angry. Oh, it's them, Gavin Newsom, the black lady mayor, DEI. Do you guys know how you sound when you say that? When you say like DEI, you sound like an idiot. Especially when you have the folks in charge of Doge telling you like, we don't want, we want the H-1B visa people, and you guys are ticked off because they're not somehow favoring white people. The DEI of it all. DEI is okay for you. Your definition of it. But that's not actually what DEI is. Anyway, he's talking about what the LA County fire chief is saying about this, about the water and about the budget. Keith Boykin. Again, Keith, great job.
County Fire Chief Anthony Baroni made a similar point about the issue of water pressure in the fire hydrants.
And the water system really isn't designed for a large-scale, ongoing firefight like the one that we just experienced here in Los Angeles County.
In fact, CNN interviewed more than a dozen experts, and they said that no fire hydrants would have been able to battle fires of the magnitude of those in LA this week, particularly when air resources such as helicopters and fixed-wing aircrafts were grounded due to the wind.
Did you hear that? Nothing would have fixed it because they were grounded due to the wind, even no amount of bringing that water in from there. Bringing the water in from the ocean, etc. Great job, Keith. Again, everybody wants it to be, oh my God, this is so bad, it's DEI. You sound like a dummy. Fred Sanford, you big dummy.
I don't know a water system in the world that is prepared for this type of event, said one expert. How else do we know? Because the Palisades fire started in the city of Los Angeles, but the Eaton fire broke out on the same day in Altadena, outside the city of LA, but still in LA County. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass has no jurisdiction over the Eaton fire, but it's still burning. So why hasn't LA County been able to contain its fires with fully functioning fire hydrants, no reported budget cuts, no black woman mayor, and no lesbian fire chief? That's
Did you hear that? DEI. Here you have to come up with something for a name. DEI. Dummy. Something, an E, intelligence. Dummy exempt of intelligence. That's what DEI stands for. The people who scream that. DEI, the people, the trolls in the comments. If you're in their comments and if you're out there repeating what Donald Trump says, you are a dummy that is exempt of intelligence. And yes, I just came up with that. You're welcome. You're welcome. Because I'm not a dummy exempt of intelligence. Quite clever sometimes, if I must say so myself. Here we go.
That's because it wasn't budget cuts, fire hydrants, lack of water, protecting an endangered fish, a traveling mayor, DEI, woke policies, or any other right-wing explanations that caused these fires to spread so rapidly. It was Mother Nature. As Liz Corque-Lasagna explains, shifting the blame to the mayor diverts our attention away from the real issues of urban planning, budget realities, climate change, and our addiction to fossil fuels. But despite a withering week of attacks,
Our addiction to fossil fuels. Drill, baby, drill. We don't want no Green New Deal. There's no climate change. We don't need to do any of that shit. Damn liberals. Now, this is coming from someone. I'm not a liberal. I'm not a Democrat. Damn liberals and their damn climate change. DEI, dummy exempt of intelligence.
from the mayor and the fire chief, Democrats had no clear message to the public to respond to the accusations. It took until Saturday morning before they finally cleared things up.
That Mayor Bass, Chief McDonald, and I are in lockstep together.
But as conservatives prepare to take over the entire federal government this month and launch their long-planned assault on diversity, equity, inclusion, and the truth, the left has to move far more quickly to insert truth and facts into the 24/7 news cycle before the right pre-programs people's minds.
This is what I've been saying. I don't know if you guys have been watching. If you guys have been watching, what my criticism of Karen Bass has been two things only, okay? That's so far, because I'm not in Los Angeles politics. I don't know the politics of California or Los Angeles. I'm not a local reporter there, and it's not my expertise. But what I do know is messaging, and what I do know is media, and what I do know is public relations. What she did, number one, being out of town is, like I said, it's every politician's worst nightmare. You leave town, and there's a tragedy that breaks out. Now, I think she had to come back on a military transport because of where she was in Ghana and couldn't get back. Okay, she shouldn't have been out of town. It's unfortunate that she was. And because of the warnings that came from the National Weather Center, and I believe her office before she left, that was a mistake. So I'm going to tell you when I believe you make a mistake. Now, you guys can fight me on that if you want. The second thing I did is that she let her enemies and her opponents and her critics set the narrative for her rather than getting out front of the narrative. When she got off of that plane and that reporter was there, she should have had an answer for that reporter. She should have had an answer, or she should have got in front of a camera. I'm just saying, if you're going to be in public relations, if you're going to be the mayor's press person, whatever, you get there, you say, Mayor, we're going to go to social media. We're going to put this out. You're going to say, it's an unfortunate trip that I took, that I'm in this whatever, but every resource is that I'm in touch with people 100% of the time. And I'm making sure that you're taken care of to the best of my ability. Put something out there rather than not saying anything, because then she let people set the narrative for her. So he's right about that all of the critics of hers, most of them are conservative. Most of them are sort of, as he says, the right wing. Most of them are the MAGA people, right? Telling people they need to rake the forest and all that. That was her mistake. And then when she came back, she kind of was too quiet and she waited. Now, you guys are going to think this is weird, okay? I don't think it's weird. Do you remember Governor Cuomo during the pandemic in New York? Especially if you have this misstep, as soon as you get back, Boom, press conference. You're front and center. You're wearing the jacket. You've been out there on the street or whatever. You go to the fire, you come, you do the press conference. And you say, I'm here, whatever. Yes, I was out of town, whatever. That's unfortunate. Okay, fine. I was out of town. That happens. People go out of town. Mayors have to go out of town. So now every day at 10 in the morning or every day at 9 in the morning, whatever, we're going to sit here and we're going to figure out what's happening, what's being done right, and what's being done wrong. I'm going to have this, and I'm going to have a fleet of people around me who are going to give you updates. But that's what I'm going to do every day, because it's all about messaging, marketing, optics. I am in charge. I am on top of it. And that's what Governor Cuomo did. And it's not going to be, it's not going to be the fire chief starts it off. Then the county person does this. It's me, Mayor. Hello. Mayor here. Good morning, everybody. It was a tough overnight. I've been out there in the fires. I know we have gotten little sleep, but that's nothing compared to what you folks are going on. I want to update you on what's happening, and we're going to do this every single day. We're going to start off with this person. We're going to do this person. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. Okay, fire chief, come on in here. That's what I would have done. That's what I would have done. Sorry. Okay. So anyway, she needs to get the messaging. They need to get in front of the messaging.
It's time to adapt to the new reality where lies spread faster than wildfires.
Thank you, Keith Boykin. Great job. It's time to get to the new reality where lies spread faster than wildfires. Okay. You guys picking up what I'm putting down? You can say, well, look, you can disagree with me if you want. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the likes and subscribe. And I just want to tell you before we get to, yes, Don, you are correct, says Michelle M. I'm going to get to this, all of that. Okay. Validated Classified is not even a member, but it says, Don, Democrats don't learn. They don't. Like, I don't get it. Get in front of the messaging. Right? Every day in the morning. Every single morning show I would be on in LA. Every single morning show I would be on, taking the tough questions, even if the reporters are hard on me. I'm on. Even if it's a call-in, I'm on every show in Los Angeles in the morning. I'm in radio. I'm everywhere. Everywhere. Mayor WLAKLA / wants to speak to you. Yes. Tell him I only have 5 minutes. And when I'm on the phone with them, or when I'm on a live shot with them, to prove that I'm in charge. Wait, stand by. Hang on. Just hold on, Barbie, or whatever anchor you are. Hold on 1 second. I'm getting some information from the fire chief. The fire chief is giving me an update from such and such. Barbie, I'm going to have to go in a little bit because I need to take care of this, but I appreciate one more question, and then I've got to run. It's not that hard. Should I run for office? What do y'all think? Should I run for office? But you can't run as an independent, because then it's tough for independents. Because you can't do primaries if you do whatever in some places. You can't do, it's really tough. People love political parties. It's not that hard. Okay. Where was I going to go? I forget. Oh, so I just wanted to tell you this week we're going to have special coverage because of the MAGA appointees, Donald Trump's appointees. You're going to see what happens with that madness, and not not covering it like these are normal people. Only the normal people who he's nominated, which are few and far between, then we're going to treat like they're normal. The rest of them, we're going to treat them like they are misfits, accused essays. That's how we're going to treat them with the kind of respect that they deserve. And that doesn't mean if they deserve that, we're going to meet them where they are on this channel. So we're going to do that. And also we're going to remember I want you guys to know that Joe Biden, the current president, is going to give his farewell speech this week. And we're going to cover that. Okay. Yes, Don, run for president. You think? Man, I don't know. Oh God, but I do not want that sort of scrutiny in my life and people digging into, no, I don't know, maybe, who cares? What do I have to? I don't have anything. I have no secrets. Who gives a shit? especially consider maybe I should run for president. You guys think I should run for president? Can you imagine? I might do that. Should I just start off with mayor first? I don't know. Do I have enough energy to be a mayor of New York City? It's crazy. Tell me where I should start. Maybe I should start dog catcher. What? I love dogs. Because I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. But seriously, what should I run for? I would run. I would be a great president. I really would. Because I would just surround myself with the best people, and I would not care what the critics said or whatever. I would not. Whatever I would do, whatever was best for the people. I swear to you, whatever is best for the people, I would do it. And it wouldn't be no kikiing and ha-haing and trying to work with people who hated me or whatever. It'd be like, you don't want to do this? Okay. Now, that's one thing you have to say about Donald Trump. He has that party. He's got them in order, in formation. Am I lying? I would have, I don't know, I guess I would have to, there's no independent party. That's what, I'd have to pick a party. You know what would really throw him for a loop, right? You remember how Donald Trump, he said the quiet part out loud back in the day. He said, if I ran for president, I'd run as a Republican because they're so gullible and they'll vote for anybody. You guys remember that? Paraphrasing, but do you guys remember that? So it would really throw them for a loop if I ran as a Republican, don't you think? If I ran as a Democrat, they'd be like, of course, he's a big liberal, he's running as a Democrat. But if I ran as a Republican, then they'd be like, is he really a Republican? He's a rhino. And then, catch him off guard. Right? If I had to, don't break my heart. No, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I would believe in that. I do believe in limited government. I believe that government should have a role in your life. By the way, you know what that reminds me of just now? Let me tell you this. Republicans are always talking about limited government, small government, small. And what are they doing now? Where's the government in California? The government in California should have done this. The government in California should have done that. The government in California should have done this. Remember what limited government did for the people in Texas because they got off of the grid because they didn't want to be part of the U.S. grid? Now they all want the government to be in their lives and to help them. And saying before, why didn't the government do this? Why didn't the government do that? They're such fucking bullshitters. Right? I'm going to start the lemon party, someone says in there. Cleo means, why aren't you a member, Cleo? Why are these folks not members? You have some good ideas. Some of the folks, you got to be a member. I want you guys to become members. But maybe I'll run. I don't know. It's a lot of money. Then they just start telling lies about you. But you know what? I wouldn't care. I would meet them where they are. Cuss their asses out if I needed to. Tell them about themselves. If you can have the folks who are being appointed now and Donald Trump, who is, by the way, a convicted felon now, if you could have that run for president, then what about me? Maybe I should do it. Maybe I should do it and try to do it with no money. Well, I don't know if I could do that. Huh. What do y'all think? I'm not kidding. I'll think about that. Maybe I should start on a smaller level. The lemon party. That would be great. Okay, so look, special. Now you're going to make TMZ. Someone said, no, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying, I'm thinking about it. I thought about that back. I'll tell you when I thought about it, quite honestly. People would tell me that you should run for president right during when Donald Trump was running and when just before, before, when Donald Trump was running, they said, you're the only person who's telling the truth about this. And I watch you all the time. You should run for president. And I'm like, yeah, right. And then during COVID and George Floyd, I used to hear it all the time after COVID, all the time. You should run. You're the only person telling us the truth. Now, people are, maybe they're blowing smoke where, you know what I'm saying. I don't know, but maybe there's some truth to it because I'm tired of seeing people like you know who. Start with Mayor, says Stephen Leach. Okay. Pete Buttigieg, think about it, Don. What about Pete Buttigieg? Disco ball glitter. Pete Buttigieg and I, look, we are very similar. He's a smart guy, I like him. I think the only similarity is that we're two gay men. Obviously, I'm a black man and he's white and whatever. But and he's really good on Fox News or whatever. But I have a potty mouth, and I don't suffer fools, and I don't believe in being a snowflake and treating people like, oh, you got it. I don't treat people with kid gloves. And I'm just more, Pete is a great dude. I am way more blunt than him, which is why I get in trouble a lot. So anyways, do you think that America would elect a gay black man? Maybe I'll be the first gay black president. Who knows? Run for Congress or for Senate. You sassy enough to be president these days is good. Hilarious. Okay, let's get back to the fact checking because I think this is important. And we can talk about it. You guys tell me what you think. We'll start. The Lemonation folks will start. You never know. Who would have thought Donald Trump would have been president? And you know how he became president? Just because people believe that bullshit on The Apprentice. Donald Trump is not. Come on now. Okay, this one is a little bit. This is a sober report because this is Democracy Now. I almost don't want to play it because it's so sober. But you know what the real cause is of this? The real culprit. The biggest factor, I should say, not the real cause. The biggest factor is climate change. Let's hear from Democracy Now! And a report from, I think they have a scientist.
We begin today's show looking at the devastating fires in Los Angeles, where at least 10 people have died. More than 10,000 homes and offices have been damaged or destroyed. Entire neighborhoods have burned down. The death toll is expected to rise. More than 35,000 acres have already burned. The fires continue to burn due to high winds and dry conditions. The largest blaze, the Palisades fire, is just 6% contained. The Eaton fire near Pasadena remains 0% contained. Analysts project the cost of the fires may reach a record $150 billion. The climate-fueled fires come as scientists at the European Union's Copernicus Climate Change Service have confirmed last year was by far the hottest year on record, with global temperatures exceeding 1.5 degrees Celsius.
Are you guys hearing that? Did you guys hear that? Are you guys listening to that? Let me back it up for you a little bit. Listen to that, okay? This is science. It may be a little bit, sober. People aren't yelling at each other. It's not like, oh, my God, oh, live. This is like facts, okay? Facts.
European Union's Copernicus Climate Change Service have confirmed last year was by far the hottest year on record, with global temperatures exceeding 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial time. We're joined now by Peter Kalmus, climate activist, climate scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab. He's speaking on his own behalf, not on behalf of NASA. He's
scientist.
Just written an opinion essay for the New York Times headlined, "I'm a Climate Scientist. I fled Los Angeles 2 years ago." He joins us now from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Peter, thanks so much for joining us today. Explain why you fled Los Angeles 2 years ago.
Oh, Amy, I just have to take a moment to, I don't know what to say anymore. I'll get to that in a second, but I just want to make sure the reason I wrote the piece was because we have to acknowledge that this is caused by the fossil fuel industry, which has been lying for almost half a century, blocking action. They're on the records.
A scientist. Fossil fuel. Don't get at me. Look, both of my parents worked in the fossil fuel industry. There's no shame in that. Look, put me through school, 4 kids, okay? But those are the times that we're in, and we know better now. We know that we should not be so reliant on fossil fuels. Thus, the whole proliferation now of electric cars, the whole electric cars of it all. Fewer jobs in coal mines, coal mining jobs. We know now that we should not be so reliant on fossil fuels. And there are facts.
Saying that they will continue to spread disinformation and continue to attempt to block action. They've known the whole time that the planet would get hotter like this and that impacts like this fire would happen. And then a point I really wanted to make in the piece, which they wouldn't let me make, is that this is still just the beginning. It's going to get way worse than this. 2 years ago, 2020, when that Bobcat fire happened, the whole time I was living in Altadena, it was getting hotter and more fiery and drier and smokier. And it just didn't feel like I could stay there. Like I could, so, when you have a trend line, things getting worse every year, right? Like, where's the point where it breaks? Like you keep going and keep pushing the system, getting hotter and hotter, getting drier and drier, right? Like, emitting more and more carbon dioxide from burning fossil fuels. Eventually things break. I didn't expect my neighborhood to burn this soon.
Explain what's happened, Peter, in Altadena, in the town that you left.
It's complete devastation. I mean, your audience probably has seen some of the images. The neighborhood I lived it's gone.
I want to stop and talk to you guys, but I find this fascinating. Do you guys find this interesting? Because this, and I spoke to a friend who lived in Los Angeles, and he goes, "I'm so glad that I left and I sold my house there and I moved to the East Coast because I knew that this would happen." So a lot of folks are saying, "I knew that this would happen. I knew this would happen." The science is pointing in that direction. It's not even just the science, like evidence in people's faces when you see these fires and all of these things. That's the evidence that's happening, and they still don't believe it. How dumb are you? How silly are you that you don't believe what's in your face? This is fascinating. Let's listen a little bit more. I got some couple special things for you.
I would say the majority of my friends have lost their homes there. Every now and then there's a home that's still standing amidst the ashes and the devastation. I don't even know what kind of rebuilding after this is going to look like and feel like. I don't know how this is going to affect the housing market, the insurance industry going forward. It's the thing, again, I think everyone needs to understand, and I wish the New York Times would have let me make this point, that this is going to get worse. I can see that today just as clearly as I could see how a hotter and drier and more fiery Los Angeles was getting. I mean, I think in the future, if we don't change course very quickly, and maybe it's even too late to avoid some of these much more catastrophic impacts. But I'm fully expecting heat waves to start appearing where 100,000 people die, and then maybe 1 million people die, and then maybe more after that. As things get hotter and hotter, because there's no upper limit, right? Like, we keep burning these fossil fuels. Fossil fuel industry keeps lying. The planet just keeps getting hotter. These impacts just keep getting worse. It's not a new normal. A lot of climate messaging centers around this idea that it's a new normal. It's a staircase to a hotter, more hellish Earth.
A staircase to a hotter, hellish Earth. Are you willing to live in a hotter, more hellish Earth? Now, you think of they're dealing with climate change out there with the heat. And think about what's happening to us here in the East. Fascinating. I said I had some good things for you. Okay, so I had some interesting things for you that I want you guys to pay attention to. And I saved them for last. So call everybody around, tell them to gather around, because I want them to see this, right? And then we're going to talk to our members, and we're going to get your comments up, because I love talking to you. It's my favorite thing to do. Don't let my husband hear that. It's my favorite thing to do. Now, would I be able to do this when I become your president? Would I be able to do this if I run for president? Maybe I should run for president and do a complete, digital campaign. How about that? Where I just go on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and if TikTok is around, that's what I'm going to show you about. And Facebook and Meta, all the Metas, all that. What if I just did that? And I did a completely digital, and that's it, president. And then nobody, here's what would happen. Here's what would happen, okay? Here's what would happen. Nobody would believe me. Nobody would take me seriously until I started to win like a primary or something. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Can y'all imagine? Hilarious. That would be hilarious. So I'm saving the TikTok of it all for later. So this is what I want to share with you because, you know, your favorite people, right? Here's one of your favorite people, at least on social. And this is, what's his name? Joe Rogan and Mel Gibson. You know, you guys remember Joe Rogan and the whole vaccine of it all, the whole ivermectin of it all, the whole hydroxy. I don't know if he dealt with hydroxychloroquine, but you guys remember that, right? You guys remember that. All of that. And then, you know, it's not a horse medicine. It's not animal. That's the original thing for it. Now, he may not have been taking that dose of it. But anyway, that's a whole nother show. But I'm just talking about folks who are in this sort of streaming medium and they can just spout off conspiracy theories. They don't have to deal with facts. They can just tell people things. And they think like because of here's what this is like. The community notes of it all from Meta and Twitter is that they believe that just because a bunch of people say something, like if there is consensus, a majority consensus, that is somehow, that means that it's a fact. That means it's somehow scientific. It's not. And so it's kind of the same thing. It's like, you know, you go on these shows or these people conducting shows like it's a, you know, it's community notes because that's what their audience wants to hear. So here is the great Mel Gibson talking to the great Joe Rogan about, you know, because they know all the facts on climate change.
And I just like, you know, I look at all sorts of stuff like that, like, the icebergs melting and the water overflowing.
It's not.
Ever have a glass full of ice and watched it melt? Did you ever see the glass flow over?
No.
It takes up less room, you know.
Yeah.
Here, look, here, look. Here's a glass of ice water. Hey, that ice isn't making the water overflow because it's already in the water. But imagine there's a whole bunch of other ice that's not in the water. It's on the land. You know, the part where the water isn't. And then when temperatures rise and the land ice melts enough to fall in, oh, it's everywhere! It's everywhere! Do you understand?
Yeah.
And I just I look at
Gosh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Jon Stewart. John, I missed your Apple show. I missed that show. That was such a great show. I think it's unfortunate that they took that off because I thought it was great. I thought that was your best work. I love you on Comedy Central on The Daily Show, but I don't get to watch I don't watch a lot of linear television. I don't get to watch The Daily Show that much, but I do watch. I see the clips. But I did watch your Apple show a lot. So good, John. Come back. Do more of that. And by the way, John has a great podcast as well. But it's just in just that, 15 seconds, he destroys the bullshit about, no, it's not overflowing and this is not happening. This isn't happening. We're at the community notes. Community notes. Okay, so this is the one that I say for you guys. Now, I'm not going to say anything about this, okay? I'm going to let you decide. You get to decide. I love Lemon Nation. Thank you, Jazz and Laughter. I appreciate your support for independent media as well. Okay, so here's the thing. TikTok may be going away January 19th. The Supreme Court had their hearings last week, arguments. They heard oral arguments. The TikTok attorney was there. Blah, 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 blah. Progressively independent, and I'll get to your comments in a minute. And so on my show, I had this gentleman on, and he has been all over the media saying he's trying to put together a group of people. I'm looking at the feeds coming in from California, to buy TikTok. Okay? And remember, they're concerned, and I talked about this yesterday on the show. The concern is about foreign influence, foreign ownership, China. ByteDance is the parent company of TikTok, and it is in China, right? And so they're worried about that. And I said, well, the folks who already own the companies now have your information. Are they being straightforward with you? What are they doing with your information? Are they somehow abusing it? You don't know. What are the parameters? What are the rules for them? Would you care? Do you want necessarily having American oligarchs, billionaires, plutocrats owning every single social media company? Are you listening to me? Is that what you want? Is it somehow better than China? Whose attorneys have argued that there is I hate this Chinese wall, but I'm just saying, between where who can get the information, where it's stored with their algorithm, and their proprietary information. Now, if people are like, hey, it's okay. Some of you were like, hey, it's okay. And oh my gosh, yeah, this person's going to buy it. Now, I'm going to tell you in a second. Now, just remember who owns, you guys know what's happening with Twitter. You guys know about the election. There's no secret about that. We already know, right? Elon Musk is a very big supporter of Donald Trump. He's at Mar-a-Lago all the time. He's been traveling around. He's going to be the head of Doge. You guys know that, right? Richest man in the world. You guys know the Vivek Ramaswamy of it all. Billionaire, very wealthy, very big supporter of Donald Trump. He is, that's Doge, all right? He doesn't have a social media company, all right? So you guys know Meta. Meta is what? Mark Zuckerberg. Instagram, Facebook. Okay? And now let's think about TikTok. Instagram, Facebook, they got rid of their fact checkers. They're saying they're getting rid of their fact checkers. They made that announcement on Fox News. Then Mark Zuckerberg, I'm looking over at the TikTok camera because my TikTok feed is on a different thing. And then Mark Zuckerberg went on to Joe Rogan. He made the announcement first, put out a video saying we're not doing this. We're going to do sort of like what Twitter does. We're going to have community notes. We're getting rid of our diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, announcing all of this. So, right? Cozying up to the MAGA folks and the Trump supporters. And also, I think CNN reporting that he met with Donald Trump. I believe it was at Mar-a-Lago. This is the owner of Meta, which is TikTok. I mean, not TikTok, which is Instagram and Facebook. And then you have Twitter, who's owned by Elon Musk. Okay. And this is the person, just so you know, who wants to buy TikTok. You tell me what you think about this. Okay? You guys ready for this?
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it.
You guys see who that is?
Got it. Got it.
See who that is? Kevin O'Leary. Visiting Donald Trump. This is Kevin O'Leary's page. Great day with the president, a gracious host, and he shot a 68. My recommendation, try the Trump burger. What do y'all think? No, let me put that back up there. Because I want to know what you think. What do you think? What do you think? So then you would have Twitter, Instagram. Oh, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, and TikTok all owned by Donald Trump supporting, MAGA supporting, or at least close to the president. And not only that, not even look, you're political, you do what you want for your politics, okay? You do what you want. But nakedly, openly, nakedly saying it. Now, if I would just be like, look, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna tell you who I support because I own a social media company, and I should not be able to do that. No one should when they are. Where's the antitrust of it all for these social media companies? Kleptocracy, plutocracy. What do you think? I'm just saying, y'all. Now, do they really care about TikTok being owned by the Chinese? Because remember, where do they make these? China. Where's the computer, your television, the stuff that gathers your information? Where is that made? China. Now, look, maybe they know something I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm no expert. But there's Kevin O'Leary, wants to buy TikTok. Playing golf. That's what he said. President shot a 68. Try the Trump burger. How y'all doing? How are you guys doing? What say you about this? Let's go to the comments. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your support. Okay, let's see what's going on. Patricia Bouchard became a member. Welcome to the Elimination. Dennis Walters became a new member. Welcome to the Elimination. Simi, every day. I love you so much, Simi. Why do you love me? Simi, tell me in the comments, why do you love me? And why do you gift memberships all the time? Simi, because of Simi, there are 20 people who are fortunate enough now, because of her generosity, to become members of the Elimination. Tell me, why is it, Simi? I love it. I love it that you're doing it. I just want to know why. And I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate your support. Let's see here. Maureen says, I'm good, but I'm frustrated by what is currently happening. Linda Furker says, millionaires, billionaires, scratch each other's backs, monopolies. Yeah. Norman Soward says, I'm starting a Don Lemon commune in Oregon. Who's in? Norma Papin says, another one bent the knee. Look, you don't know if it bent the knee, and you don't know how long they've been friends. All of these guys know each other, and all of them are very friendly. I'll get to the TikTok comments in a moment. Short form content is brain rot anyway, says Cry Ganjan. But listen, I tell you, because this is the only voice that many people have. Rebecca Conklin, thank you for the galaxy on TikTok. I appreciate it. Rebecca Conklin says, deactivated my X account today. Wow. Kristen Froshier says, it all sucks. Sarah Habib says, now that I've smoked my blunt for my pain, I'm doing much better. Beth Bear makes a very good point when we're talking about China. And where does all the Trump merch come from? I dislike people bigly, says Ron Foster. She hooked it up, Simi, Owen says. Cat Love, Dreaming Peach, is channeling the former First Lady, Melania Trump. I don't care. I really don't care. Do you? No surprise, she says. Money owns the politician, says Donna Robinson. I think, to me, that's very consistent. Look, I know Kevin. I like him. I know him. I'm not making any judgment, but I think, look, to go down and do that, you guys should be concerned about that, about the social media of it all, the folks who are on social media. The people who this is their voice. Thank you, Trish Shah. Someone is, because of your generosity, someone can become a member. Thank you very much for that. How do you guys, I mean, that should really be concerning to you guys. If you're not, I don't understand why you're not. I don't understand why, if you're not, maybe you are concerned about it. Because the people who control the algorithms, don't you guys understand that? The people who control the algorithms are the people who control the message, are the people who influence the public, are the people who can sway your vote, can sway the way you think, can sway public consciousness, can determine outcomes of elections, can decide which products get sold or platformed or amplified or promoted on those sites, can affect the economy. Do you want all of them in the hands of billionaires, American billionaires, who are supporting one political party? Now, same thing. If it was on the other side, Democratic billionaires, I'd be like, wait a minute. But then Republicans would be like, so they would love antitrust. Then they would love, regulations on social media. Should there be more regulations? Should antitrust come in and break some of this stuff up? Yeah, Kevin O'Leary is, I believe, Canadian, but he lives in America. Kevin lives in Florida. That isn't, and again, he's very supportive of the president-elect. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you smash the screen for hearts and like and subscribe to the content. It affects the algorithm, and more people get to be aware of the conversations that we're having. Yes, antitrust. Belinda Skinner is not a member, and she's saying that. Belinda, you got to become a member. We highlight our members' comments here. Margarita on the Rock says, why? Oh, I would love a margarita on the rocks right now, by the way. Why do you not hear from Bill Gates? I think Bill Gates is not, he doesn't like the social media thing, and I believe Bill Gates is right now just trying to enjoy his life as a man of a certain age. But perhaps, and then they demonize, when Soros won the Medal of Freedom or whatever. Oh, but it's okay if they try to influence politics. I'm just saying. Mark Cuban. Now, at least if Mark Cuban bought TikTok, there would be some diversity in the rich people who own these social media sites. Still, there should be some antitrust or something. Something. So guys, I am being told I've gotten orders. I've got a honey-do list where I have to do something. And by the way, we have to go to see friends. I have not seen friends, and I've missed events for my sister or whatever. By the way, she's doing much better. She's being healthier, which is great. Can you guys encourage my sister? Remember, I was in Louisiana last week when she had to be taken to the hospital and was really under for a couple of days. Only till the last day or two that I was there that they eased off of the medication so that she could talk, and you guys got to hear from her. The members got to hear from her first, and then the rest of the members heard from her last night. But encourage her to be healthy, please. Oprah should buy it, says Margaret Perry. Yeah, Oprah should buy it. I don't know if Oprah has more money than Kevin O'Leary, I believe. So Kevin O'Leary, I think, is $400 million. Oprah's like $2 or $3 billion, maybe more now. So maybe, but they all of them would have to put together a group of money. They'd have to raise capital in order to do it. So I've been told to do karaoke. Oh my guys, are you serious? You really want me to do karaoke? Tim, are people really asking for that? Because I saw someone in the comments. Tim, do people really want me to do karaoke? No way, I can't do that. It's embarrassing. Okay, why not? It's behind the television. Do you guys really want me to do this? Come on. Seriously? I have to go move it over here and plug it in. And so, oh gosh, okay, hold on a second. Let me see what I have to do here. Hang on. Hold on a second. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't need to do that. I hope I'm not sharing my screen so you can see that. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. And I hope that it works. It may not work. Let's see if I can find the song that I want to play. I'm going to find. Okay, I got the song that I want to play. But do I really want to do this? So I put the lyrics up, and then let me see. Hold on. I might need an extension cord. Are you going to do it with me, Tim? So this is my karaoke machine that I bought because I love karaoke, okay? And I don't have an extension cord, but it needs, oh, wait a minute. Is there a battery? I might not need to do anything. Oh, it's a battery. It's battery. It's a battery. I forgot. I charged it. So here, I spilled water all over the floor. Here's my karaoke machine that I got on the TikTok shop, okay? I'm sure this is going to make like page 6 or something. Let's see. Which one do I want? 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear that? This is my karaoke machine. And I'm going to put it behind me so you guys can see it. It's right here. I'll put it back here. So this is my karaoke machine. I hope it doesn't catch fire by the fireplace. Okay, so that's my karaoke machine. I know you guys think I'm crazy. That I bought on the TikTok shop. Oh, you know what? I have to plug it into. Can I plug it into your computer? What? I have to plug it into the computer so that you can hear it. All right, so here we go. So I have to plug it in. Wait, there is also Bluetooth, but I don't know how to do that. Look, it's new, guys, so I'm not sure how to do the Bluetooth. So I'll do the auxiliary in, and then I'm going to plug it into the side of my computer because that will play the music. But later when I get the Bluetooth, that's Gus, by the way, he's better. So I'll put this down a little bit so that you guys can see somewhat the karaoke machine, which is right here. I'm a big nerd, and I don't care. This is my channel. I can do whatever I want. Are you guys watching this? Do you think I'm crazy? People are watching it. Okay, so here's a karaoke. I'm sure this will end up on like page 6 or something, but who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck. Do you want a microphone, Tim? Do you want to sing?
What song?
Here we go. This is my favorite song. Okay, so I'll tell you the story behind the song, okay? Folks.
I don't think my microphone is.
It is working. So this is what I used to do. This is crazy. I can't believe I'm doing this. So this is what I used to do when I first started out in news, or when I was like really nervous about something, and I wanted to call before a live shot or before the show, even when I did my show on CNN, and they would play this in the studio, and I would sing it. Let's see if we can do it on this. Are you guys ready at home? Here we go. Is it on? Do we hear it?
This is ready.
Do we hear it? I don't think we hear it. I don't think you can hear it. I would need your computer because it's not playing on here now. Ah, crap.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, not doing it. So guys, sorry, not playing.
Do you want to use mine?
Yeah, I have to use your computer. Do you have Apple Music on your computer? Or just Spotify or anything? Oh, wait, let's see. Wait, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, not playing. Sorry, maybe it's because I have all the apps open and I'm on the internet. Sorry, people. Dun, dun, dun. Someone said, well, wait, dang it. Where's your computer?
Oh, right here.
Oh, we gave it away. Yeah, it's because we were on the computer. Maybe that's why. Here we go. Where's your computer? No. Oh, wait. I guess you can do it there. All right, we'll do it here. We'll do it without plugging it into the computer. Okay, because on the computer, it comes out here. You won't hear it. I need your computer. Okay, open up the music. Do you have Spotify? You don't?
It's on the other side.
Anyway, so people have been asking me where I got this from. And I got it from, hold on. I got it off of the TikTok shop. This is a wrong thing, Tim. Your computer is not, your computer is not equipped for this.
No, I don't think it is.
Okay, here we go. All right, here's the song. But I don't know all the words. Let's see if it plays. Your computer is not playing this either.
No, the volume.
Not doing it. Sorry. Not doing it. Oh, well. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I screwed up. I think I can get it to work. I know what I did. Hold on. ASAP. There we go. Okay, it'll work over here. It'll work over here. Here we go. It'll work on my computer. Take your computer back. Okay, guys. Are you guys ready for this? Here we go. This is my song. You'll never find, as long as you live, someone who loves you tender like I do. This is my live shot song that I would not get nervous. You'll never find, no matter where you search, no one who cares about you the way I do. Oh, I'm not bagging on myself, baby, but I'm the one who loves you and no one else. No one else. You'll never find, it'll take the end of all time, someone who understands you like I do. Okay, I'm gonna get creamed for music. Anyways, there you go. So I'm probably gonna get a strike for music. So that's it. And just so you know, that's who I'm. Just like we're just like everybody else. We like to have fun. I'm gonna get rid of this. There we go. So anyway, I'm probably gonna get a strike for music, but I'm sorry. It was fun. And then I'll just get, at the end of this, I'll get Nikki to take the music off. Do you guys think I'm crazy? What do you? Oh my God, this is going crazy. Do you guys think I'm nuts? I like to have fun. So you guys were asking, I got this. Where's my phone? Just so you know, I bought this on the TikTok shop. It came across my feed. And I'm going to go on to the TikTok and I'll tell you where you can find it. Because it's in, they sent me a note asking me, where is it?
You hogged the mic.
How I like their, Tim, you didn't sing at all. Don't even try it. So they sent me a thing asking me how I liked. Okay, TikTok shop, seller messages. Okay, I think this was it. Maybe that's not it. What is that name of that thing? Oh, this is it. Okay, here it is. It is called Fuzix, F-U-Z-I-X, F-U-Z-I-X on the TikTok shop. And it's kind of cool. And so here it is. It was, and maybe it's going to go on sale. This is it. It was $99 on the TikTok shop. Okay, TikTok shop. That's where I got it, and it's fun. And so that's how we're going to spend our Saturday night after we have dinner.
It's Sunday.
Sunday night, sorry. See how off I am? We're going to go to dinner with some friends because I haven't seen them in a long time. And then we're going to go back and I'm going to karaoke and I'm going to tick off my neighbors. Why am I saying it into this microphone? I'm going to tick off my neighbors. Oh, wait a minute. I got to show you guys something. So, so here it is. So if you turn it up, right? If you turn it up, you can also add an echo. Echo. How do I echo?
Did they see the video we posted?
No, the video. There we go. There goes the echo. What's the Frank Sinatra song? The summer wind came blowing in from across the sea. So there we go. Anyways, you want to sing something?
No.
I can't believe that I did this on a serious show where I'm talking. We went from fires to TikTok to all kinds of things, and then we did this. But anyway, so I think that people are in need of a little levity and to have a little fun. I'm sweating like crazy. Okay, guys. So thank you. Do you think I'm crazy? How can I run for president after that? People will say he's embarrassing. I can't wait to see. I'm sure that I'm going to get shit on. I'm sure that people are going to talk shit about me, but who cares, right? The best kind of crazy. So you guys, look, as they say, it's pure. It's good, wholesome fun that we like. We're a good, wholesome family. The worst thing that I do is drink margaritas. That's not worse.
Any Chinese food? We had Chinese food last night.
We went to Chinese last night near our house. It was so good.
In East Village.
Yeah, it's in East Village, and it's called Shailin.
Shaili.
So good. And it's Szechuan. It was so good. And then we also went to a bar. What was the name of the bar? We hung out at a bar because our table wasn't ready. And
The Ravens game was on.
Yeah, we watched the Ravens game last night at the bar, and it was all these like college, maybe they were like graduate students. I felt so old, but they were all like talking to me and asking me about life like an old man. I'm like, okay, let me tell you this, son. But okay, guys, I think we've had enough fun. Make sure you hit the like and thumbs up and all that stuff. And then I'll see you next week. Remember, next week we're going to have a special coverage of the Donald Trump appointees. And then also Joe Biden's, the president's going away speech, farewell speech. Yeah. And then look, should I go? I've been invited to go and cover the inauguration. And so I'm getting mixed. You don't think I should do it? Mixed messages. People are saying do it. Others are saying don't. Others are saying go down to DC, but cover Dr. King Day rather than the inauguration. I just don't know. I don't know if I even need to be there. Okay. No way. Okay. I love you guys. Yeah. Is it? Yes, that's it. No, it's FU. Here it is. I'll show you the box. Music's like Fusix. That's the box. TikTok shop, $99. And all you have to do is Bluetooth it to your computer, your phone, or connect it to your phone, something that has the words up on it. And then, hey, Barkley's on a diet. Something that has the words on it, and then you can sing. And we'll get Barkley and Boomer to sing as well. All right, Barkley. Okay, bye. Gus is better now, way better. That's who you heard barking. Okay, have a great one, everyone. Love you guys. I'll see you soon. Make sure you tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. for our Hot Topic show. We won't be singing. This is the one who was in intensive care, who had pneumonia, who they thought was going to die at the hospital. They told us, a pet hospital. We'd be very lucky if he was going to live. And guess what? We pumped him full of medicine, and he's alive, and he's doing well. Okay, see you guys soon. Okay, I'm going to do this without the thing in stream. I hope it ends. Say bye, Tim.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Say bye, Gus. Say bye, Gus. Say bye, Barkley. And